Hello everyone, welcome to Myth and Magic, where we explore different cultures, folklore, pantheons, mythology, and all those fun things. We are currently in the Celtic pantheon, but I believe this is our last video before we move on to something a little different. We're gonna jump right in. I haven't reviewed my notes, so we'll see how this goes. I might be fumbling a lot and starting over, but crossing our fingers it will go nice and smooth. All right, we are talking about the Celtic god Cernunnos, often depicted as a horned deity who is an enigmatic figure shrouded in mystery and myth. And I have a very hard time with those consonants apparently being so close together, but we're going to do our best. Unlike gods from more centralized mythologies, Cernunnos doesn't have a single detailed origin story or birth narrative that has survived to this day. So he might have had one, but Celtic mythology and documents, the ancient texts were not as well preserved, and I think a lot of the stories and mythologies were orally annotated, or not annotated, but passed down orally. So finding actual hard written texts and stuff might have been a little difficult. But instead, we know or believe his essence and existence are pieced together from various sources, including ancient carvings, manuscripts, and the oral traditions of the Celts. Cernunnos is typically represented with antlers, signifying his connection to nature, fertility, and the animal kingdom. His figure appears on ancient artifacts such as the Gundestrup cauldron, a silver vessel from the 1st century BCE discovered in Denmark, which depicts him surrounded by animals holding a torc, which is a traditional Celtic neck ring, and a serpent. So some theories and interpretations of Cernunnos is that he is a god of nature and fertility. Some scholars interpret Cernunnos as a guardian of the forest, embodying the natural cycle of life, death, and rebirth. His antlers, which shed and regrow annually, symbolize this eternal cycle. He is also often depicted with various animals, suggesting he is a protector and guide for wildlife. This aligns with the Celtic belief in animism, which is the idea that spirits inhabit all things in nature. Cernunnos is sometimes seen as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, representing the harmony and balance that ancient Celts saw in the natural world. Now, while we don't have a definitive birth story for Cernunnos, sounds like you're saying Cernunnos, like he's a knight. I don't know if that was intentional. Probably not, because anyway, I'm digressing. Let's hop off this train before I get on it. But like those found in other mythologies, like the Greek birth myths of gods, his character and importance are derived from his pervasive presence in Celtic art and symbolism. He remains a figure of fascination for those interested in ancient religions, embodying the deep connection between humanity and the natural world. Now, Cernunnos is typically depicted as a powerful figure with distinct and recognizable features. So here are some key features. Obviously, we mentioned the antlers, and it's one of his most striking features. It's his large stag-like antlers, symbolizing his connection to nature and the animal kingdom. He often appears in a humanoid form, representing a merging of the human and natural worlds. Cernunnos is frequently shown sitting cross-legged, which signifies a meditative, contemplative state, often associated with the shamanic practices of ancient Celtic cultures. He is depicted holding or wearing torcs, the Celtic neck rings made of metal, symbolizing nobility and high status. He's also sometimes shown with a ram-horned serpent, a symbol of transformation and renewal. Various animals, particularly deer, wolves, and bulls, often accompany him, highlighting his role as a protector of wildlife and the natural environment. Artifacts such as the Gundestrup cauldron and ancient stone carvings have preserved these visual characteristics, allowing us to piece together his iconic image. Now, Cernunnos' purpose in Celtic mythology seems multifaceted, as many of them are, reflecting his various roles and symbolism are including his embodiment of the spirit of the wild, serving as a protector of forests, animals, and the natural world. His connection to wildlife and the natural cycles highlights the Celts' respect and reverence for nature. He symbolizes fertility and abundance, governing the growth and flourishing of plants, animals, and humans. His presence ensures the fertility of the land and the prosperity of the people. Cernunnos acts as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms. His presence signifies balance and harmony between the natural and supernatural worlds. His antlers, which shed and regrow, symbolize the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This reflects the Celts' belief in the interconnectedness of all living things and the eternal nature of the natural world. Some interpretations suggest that Cernunnos may have played a role in guiding souls to the afterlife, further emphasizing his role as a mediator and protector. Cernunnos' purpose and significance in Celtic mythology illustrates the Celts' deep connection to nature and their understanding of the delicate balance between all living things. While Cernunnos' personality isn't explicitly detailed in ancient texts, we don't have any stories of him, we can infer certain traits based on his representations and the roles he plays in Celtic mythology. As a guardian of nature and animals, Cernunnos would likely have a protective and nurturing personality. He ensures the balance and harmony of the environment and the well-being of all living creatures. Cernunnos is often associated with the mysterious and unseen aspects of nature. His connection to both the physical and spiritual realms hints at a personality that is complex and enigmatic. The symbolism of his antlers, which we mentioned, come and go, reflects his resilience and adaptability. He represents the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, and the ability to endure and thrive through changes. As a mediator between worlds, Cernunnos embodies balance and harmony. He represents the interconnectedness of all things and the importance of maintaining equilibrium in nature and life. These inferred personality traits paint a picture of Cernunnos as a wise, nurturing, and enigmatic deity who plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance and harmony of the natural world. Now, Cernunnos is endowed with various powers and attributes that reflect his role and significance in Celtic mythology. We kind of mentioned or touched on some, but we're going to focus in here. He has the ability to influence and control natural elements, ensuring the fertility and abundance of the land. He governs the growth of plants and the flourishing of wildlife. And as the Lord of Animals, Cernunnos can communicate with and command animals. He serves as a protector and guide for all creatures in the natural world. And like the other gods we have discussed, in some interpretations, Cernunnos possesses the ability to shapeshift, transforming himself or others into different forms. This power symbolizes his deep connection to the natural world and his role as a mediator between realms. Cernunnos has healing abilities, aiding in the restoration and regeneration of life. His presence ensures the health and well-being of plants, animals, and humans. Cernunnos can guide souls to the afterlife, as we mentioned. This is something that is believed to be one of his abilities, acting as a psychopomp, or a conductor of souls. This attribute underscores his role as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, as most of his other abilities do. He possesses immense wisdom and knowledge about the natural world and its cycles. His understanding of life, death, and rebirth reflects the Celts' reverence for the interconnectedness of all things. Cernunnos serves as a guardian and protector, ensuring the balance and harmony of nature. His protective powers extend to both the physical and spiritual aspects of existence. These powers and attributes highlight Cernunnos' role as a multifaceted deity who embodies the essence of the natural world and its cycle. So Cernunnos is rich in symbolism, with various elements in his depictions representing different aspects of his divine nature and the natural world. First, you have the antlers. It's the most iconic feature of Cernunnos, and they symbolizes his connection to the animal kingdom, nature, and the cycles of life and renewal. They also represent strength and virility. The torc necklaces, which Cernunnos is often seen holding or wearing, symbolize nobility, power, and wealth. They were significant in Celtic culture and often associated with deities and high-ranking individuals. And we went through all of these gods, and I'm now getting writing inspiration from this one, and it's a little frustrating because I have so many books I'm writing. I need a focus. Cernunnos. We also have his servant, the presence of a ram-horned serpent in depictions. In his depictions, it signifies transformation, renewal, and the cyclical. I like this word. My mouth doesn't. Of nature and life. It also highlights his role as a mediator between the physical and spiritual realms. Various animals frequently accompany Cernunnos, each representing different aspects of nature. So, for example, we have the stag, which signify the wild, untamed aspects of nature and the protective role of Cernunnos. Obviously, or maybe not obviously, but in a lot of modern media and also ancient, the stag is looked to as the king of the forest, the protector, guardian, all those things. And in fact, that is something that I do use in the book I am currently working on. In fact, the title that is used for this particular person's role, this fae, is they go from tree keeper when they are secluded to the forest in which they are born to the stag when they leave their home and go shepherd the world. And that's kind of my brain's thinking, okay, I'm putting a pin in that. I don't want to go on a creative tirade right now. We are focusing on this deity. So aside from stags, you have bulls, which represent strength, fertility, and prosperity. Wolves symbolize the wild, cunning, and protective nature of the deity. Cernunnos is often depicted sitting cross-legged, which signifies meditation, contemplation, and deep connection to the natural and spiritual worlds, which we have mentioned now 3 times, I think. I apologize. But we also have one of the most famous depictions of Cernunnos is on the Gunstrup cauldron. We mentioned this is a silver vessel from the 1st century BCE, and this artifact shows Cernunnos with antlers holding a torc and serpent, surrounded by animals. The cauldron serves as a powerful testament to his significance in Celtic mythology. These symbols and depictions collectively illustrate Cernunnos' multifaceted nature and his vital role in Celtic spirituality and mythology. Now, for worship and cults, Cernunnos, as a significant deity in Celtic mythology, was venerated by ancient Celtic people across various regions of Europe. However, due to the nature of pre-Christian Celtic religious practices, detailed records of how Cernunnos was worshipped are scarce. So here are some insights into his worship and the cults that might have formed around him from what we do have. Worship of Cernunnos was closely tied to natural settings such as forests, groves, and sacred springs. These locations were considered holy and were often sites for rituals and offerings. Followers of Cernunnos likely made offerings of food, drink, and valuable items such as torcs and other metalwork to honor him and seek his favor. Animal sacrifices were also common practice in ancient Celtic religion. We have seasonal celebrations. Cernunnos may have been celebrated during specific times of the year, particularly those linked to agricultural and natural cycles. Festivals such as Samhain, marking the end of the harvest and the beginning of winter, and Beltane, celebrating the arrival of spring, would have been significant. Cernunnos' depiction in a meditative pose suggests a link to shamanic practices. Shamans who served as intermediaries between the physical and spiritual worlds may have invoked Cernunnos during rituals aimed at healing, divination, and connecting with nature. Individual worshippers might have had personal shrines or altars dedicated to Cernunnos, where they could offer prayers, light candles, and leave offerings. These private spaces allowed for a personal connection with the deity. The Druids, or the learned class in Celtic society, likely played a key role in the worship of Cernunnos. As priests, judges, and scholars, the Druids would have conducted rituals, preserved oral traditions, and maintained the sacred knowledge of the gods, including Cernunnos. After the Roman conquest of Celtic lands, the worship of Cernunnos and other Celtic deities often blended with Roman religious practices. This syncretism led to the creation of hybrid gods and goddesses, combining attributes of both pantheons. Worship of Cernunnos, though not well documented in written records, is evident throughout archaeological findings, such as carvings, statues, and artifacts. These relics offer a glimpse into the reverence and significance of Cernunnos in ancient Celtic spirituality. In modern times, the worship of Cernunnos has experienced a revival, like the other gods, particularly among neo-pagan and witch communities. Or Wiccan communities, my apologies. While historical details of Cernunnos' ancient worship are limited, contemporary practices have adapted and evolved to honor this enigmatic deity. So here's some of the ways people venerate Cernunnos today. Many neo-pagans and Wiccan practitioners honor Cernunnos as a god of nature, fertility, and the wilderness. He is often celebrated as part of rituals and ceremonies that connect with worshippers to the natural world. Modern devotees frequently perform rituals and ceremonies in natural settings, such as forests, groves, and outdoor altars. These rituals may include offerings, prayers, and meditative practices to connect with Cernunnos' energy. Cernunnos is often honored during seasonal festivals, such as Beltane, May 1st, and Samhain, October 31st, which align with the cycles of nature and the agricultural calendar. These celebrations may include bonfires, dances, and other community activities. As we mentioned in ancient worship, many individuals create personal altars dedicated to Cernunnos, adorned with symbols such as antlers, green candles, and representations of animals. These altars serve as a focal point for meditation, prayer, and offerings. Some modern practitioners incorporate shamanic practices and guided meditations to connect with Cernunnos, and these practices may involve journeying to meet the deity in the spirit realm and seeking his guidance and wisdom. Cernunnos' association with nature and wildlife resonates with contemporary eco-spirituality and environmentalists. Many worshippers feel a deep connection to the natural world and see their devotion to Cernunnos as a part of their commitment to the environmental stewardship. Artists and writers often draw inspiration from Cernunnos, like me. Just now, I had a little potential spark of inspiration, and obviously I will be doing an art piece of him. But they create works that celebrate his image and attributes. This creative expression helps to keep the deity's presence alive in modern culture. While modern worship practices may differ from ancient traditions, they reflect a continuing reverence for Cernunnos and his significance as a guardian of nature and a symbol of the interconnectedness of all life. Cernunnos has been a popular subject in art, both in ancient times and in modern interpretations. His imagery is often rich with symbolism and vibrant details that capture his essence as the lord of animals and the embodiment of nature. So here are some notable examples and themes in Cernunnos' inspired art. We mentioned the Gunstrup cauldron. It's the one of the most famous depictions of him and is found on the cauldron. It is richly decorated silver, and as we mentioned, it is Cernunnos with antlers, holding a torc and a serpent surrounded by various animals. But in stone carvings, we have numerous ancient stone depictions across Europe of Cernunnos, often showing him in a seated position with antlers and accompanied by animals such as stags, bulls, and wolves. In modern paintings and illustrations, contemporary artists have created various illustrations of him, often emphasizing his connection to nature and the wild. These artworks may depict him in lush forest settings adorned with animal companions and natural elements. Modern sculptures of Cernunnos can range from small figurines to large, intricate statues, and these works often highlight his antlers, torcs, and animal companions, capturing the deity's powerful and enigmatic presence. Digital artists have embraced Cernunnos, creating a vibrant and detailed artwork that explores different aspects of his mythology. These pieces often incorporate fantasy elements and imaginative interpretations. And these artworks obviously often include symbolism and themes. So we'll find that they will often emphasize his role as a guardian of nature, showcasing lush landscapes, forest and wildlife. You'll see the theme of life, death, and rebirth is prevalent in Cernunnos-inspired art and symbolized by his antlers and his connection to the natural world. Many artworks capture the enigmatic and mysterious nature of Cernunnos, portraying him as a wise and contemplative figure. Cernunnos continues to inspire artists, reflecting his enduring significance and the fascination with his mythological attributes. His imagery serves as a powerful reminder of the deep connection between humanity and the natural world. Now, he has also made his way into various aspects of pop culture, reflecting his enduring appeal and the fascination with his mythology and mythological attributes. In literature, Cernunnos appears in various fantasy novels and series, often as a powerful and enigmatic figure connected to nature and the wild. I really liked that word this session. I need to use it less. Authors draw on his rich symbolism to create compelling characters and storylines. While not as commonly featured as some other mythological features, Cernunnos has made appearances in TV shows and movies that explore Celtic mythology, paganism, or fantasy themes. His imagery and attributes are often used to evoke a sense of ancient mystery and connection to nature. In video games, he's been featured, particularly those with fantasy or mythological themes. His character often embodies the wild, untamed aspects of nature and serves as a guardian or deity within the game's lore. Some musical artists and bands, particularly those with pagan, folk, or metal influences, have referenced Cernunnos in their lyrics and album art. His image and symbolism resonate with themes of nature, mysticism, and ancient spirituality. His iconic imagery has inspired countless artists, resulting in a wide range of artwork, jewelry, and other merchandise. His antlers, torcs, and animal companions are popular motifs in modern pagan and fantasy art. Cernunnos' presence in pop culture highlights the enduring fascination with his character and the timeless appeal of his connection to nature and the cycles of life. And that is all we have on Cernunnos. There aren't any stories that I have found, but if you go out and discover any, let me know, comment. I have done a search and I just didn't come across anything. So let me know. Also, let me know if you like this deity, if you find any kind of affinity towards him. I think he's pretty cool, and I have unintentionally kind of made this character I mentioned in my book a lot like him, and so I'm thinking I might play with that a little bit, draw some inspiration. But I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed our Celtic series, 4-part, I guess, or technically 4 deity part. I think there's 7 videos if my math is mathing correctly. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please be kind, be a light in this world, and go chase your dreams. And I'll see you guys next time.